You really thought this story would end after the May 21st, 2019 fire. Nope, it only carried on, but on a much lesser scale than last time, and although we were sent to the football stadium, we then went back in the building, and I was transported into the preschool, right by my school, which we'll talk more about later. This is part 2 of the story, and pretty much it takes place in October of 2019. And yeah, I'm now a junior, and in the following year will become a senior. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the other fire that happened in October. So let's start. It started in the exact same room I was in last time when I was lunch and learning. But this time, I'm actually attending that class. World History. It was interesting, and it was talking about the history of the world. Unfortunately, we didn't make it to the 2000s, which would have been an interesting topic to talk about, but because of the pandemic, we've only gotten upwards into the 90s. But that's before 2020, so we're still in 2019. That time, we were learning about the history of the world, and it was interesting. Until the fire alarm blared again. I didn't know what was going on and I was assuming that the fire alarm were malfunctioning. But nope, that's not the case. Maybe it's a practice drill. No, not that either. We were staying outside for a bit until the firefighters came and investigated the situation. And yes, we were yet again sent to the football stadium. Were there fights? Yeah, but it's not like last time where the fights were brutal as shit. As a matter of fact, they weren't at these extremes. Eventually, we were sent back into the school, with the alarms still blaring. I posted in my Instagram story about this, and it showed how scared I was. We were sent in the gym, and the principal told us the problem here. There was a spark in one of the electrical rooms which caused a fire and made those alarms blared. The good news is that it was another small fire that can be blown out pretty easily if you're using the right fire extinguisher. Of course, we didn't go back to our classes, so then me and my classmates were sent to the preschool by my high school, which is interesting because never have I ever go to the preschool at all. But this is the first time doing that. We stayed there until the end of the school day, which wasn't that far though. When it was time, buses were parked by the preschool, not the high school, because of that electrical fire. After we got home, that was it. The next day, it was another normal day. As a matter of fact, it's very interesting how another school fire broke out of nowhere. As a matter of fact, I'm hoping another school fire doesn't happen again. It's been a normal day ever since then, and no other school fires has been reported at all. And that's the good thing. Yeah, the fire alarms do blare, but that's because it needs to be fixed. A classmate of mine told me that a fire alarm that loud should be illegal. I half agree with him because it can be insanely loud. But the reason why they're loud is because they want people to be alerted. If they were quiet as hell, we would not know if there's a fire or not. So that's why these fire alarms at my schools are loud in the first place. To keep people safe. That's all I have to say about this topic. Now it's complete. Also make sure your wires are connected properly, and most importantly, please don't commit arson, I swear to fucking god, please don't do it. I know the story is pretty short unlike last time, but that's because I did not have a lot to say. But yeah, that's all for the video, and if you want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below your thoughts about this video. That's all for me today, I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you later. Bye.